Okay, this is sort of a long question, but there's a few ways to think about it. And I got one answer, and then I'd love to hear what you think. Body Hunt asked, I would love to hear y'all share some mixing and production horror stories, rescue projects and the techniques used to save them, drum replacing, re-recording the bass without telling the band, heroic vocal tuning. I'm curious how y'all have handled bringing subpar records to the best, at your best level. I remember my first manager years and years ago sent me, and this is going to kind of answer the question philosophically, but then we can talk about some specific stuff. I remember my manager years ago, and I was just kind of getting my name in there for being a producer, kind of moving on from being Eric Valentine's assistant. And my manager at the time sent me a band, and like he was like, "What do you think about this? They just signed to this indie label. Tell me what you think of the music." And I listened to it, and I was like, fuck, this sounds terrible. Like, I don't like it's like the recording's bad, and like the band doesn't sound very good. And so I hit him back, and I was like, it just sounds terrible. Like, I don't know what they're doing. The production is this. I don't know if I'm really into it. Like, the mix doesn't sound good, and this and this and this. And he goes, yes, the recordings aren't good. That's why they need a producer. Yeah. And I went, oh, I got to rethink. Okay, now I'm like a professional at this. What is my job? And I think to answer this question, yeah, there's a million stories all the time of nightmares, overstating it, obviously, because we make music. Like, what's a nightmare when a vocal's out of tune? But like, that's what our job is. I actually love, like, give me the problem, give me the difficult ones, give me the ones where the drums are recorded horribly and you need me to save them. I'll figure out the samples and figure out how to chop things up. I can mix it the right way. I can replay stuff. Like, I feel like I don't get things anymore and go, oh, this is really bad. This is tough. I'm just this is my job. Like, this is why you give me the money, and why you hire me is because I will take whatever you give me and take it to the absolute possible limit. And yes, there's conversations I've had where I'm like, hey, I don't know, like, I can't produce this chorus into being a huge hit chorus because, you know, there isn't a lift and it doesn't do this and what you're trying to do. Like, there's definitely those sort of things. So maybe that's the answer is I take it as far as I can possibly take it, but I pride myself on being able to, face the challenge of a really difficult track that someone gives me. And granted, I'm not doing exclusively mixing. I'm doing a lot more production. So I have a lot more leeway of like, hey, I'm going to redo this. I'm going to replay this. We need to recut the vocal. But that's why they hire us. I mean, the things that bum me out are not challenging projects, but challenging people. That's the part that is I think tougher than like the recording quality isn't good or something like that. Because that stuff, it's just a conversation and you figure out how to do it. And that's, I do so many different things in the process that I like getting the challenging, like, messy project to then fix it up, because that's why people hire me.